Yes, hello everyone. Welcome to our Math Online Classroom. And please don't forget to click the subscribe button. All right. And finally, yes, we are in the last topic of our lesson 3 that talks about operations on functions, composite function na yung topic natin ngayon. So this is the last topic, no? And our objectives are the following: define composite function, perform function composition, and solve problem involving function. Okay, so let's start here. Let f and g be functions. So number 5 na tayo. The composite function denoted by f circle g is defined by f circle g of x is equal to f of g of x. And take note that the process of obtaining a composite function is called function composition. Okay, so as we go along, no, before we proceed, now let's have this comparison first of evaluating function and composite function. Okay, so bakit natin kailangan i-compare? Kasi nga their process is somewhat alike, okay? Para magkapareho yung kanilang process. Kasi in evaluating function, let's have this example, f of x is equal to 5x, where x is equal to 2. Yung x, di ba, sa lesson 2 natin is pinapalitan lang ng a certain value. And then, for example, in our example, 5 times 2 will give us 10 as our final answer. In the composite function, let's have example, f of x is equal to 3x plus 1 and our g of x is equal to 5x. Find f circle g of x. So parehas lang sila ng process. Kasi yung x ng ating function ay papalitan din. Yun nga lang ipapalit natin is function din. Okay? So sa evaluating function, a certain value yung pinapalit sa x. Sa composite function, we are using another function. Okay? Na ipapalit sa x ng ating base function. So let's say for example, find f circle g of x. Okay, so f of g of x is equal to, we'll make use f of x as our base function. So we'll have 3x plus 1. So ibig sabihin, yung x ng ating f of x ay papalitan ng ano? Papalitan natin siya ng g of x na ating composite function. Okay? We will make g of x as a composition of our f of x. So yung x papalitan ng 5x. Okay? Again, yung f of x natin ay papalitan ng kanyang x ng ating g of x. Okay? So just simplify by, of course, multiplication. So 3 times 5x will give us 15x and copy plus 1. So that will be our final answer. Okay? So that's it. So ganun lang siya. Napakadali. So parang nag-evaluate lang tayo ng function. Pero ginagamit natin dito as a substitute to our x is another function. Okay? Sige. So let's continue with this example number 1. Let's have find f circle g of x. Okay? So our f of x is 7x plus 5 and our g of x is equal to 2x minus 1. So our base function here is f of x at ang kanyang x ay papalitan natin ng g of x which is 2x minus 1. So ibig sabihin, yung x ng ating f ay papalitan ng 2x minus 1. So yung x mo magiging 2x minus 1. So parang evaluating function lang talaga. And then we'll proceed with distributive property of multiplication. So 7 times 2x will give us 14x. 7 times negative 1 will give us negative 7. And copy 5. And then combine like terms. So negative 7 and positive 5 will give us negative 2. And we have the final answer of 14x minus 2 as our composition function. Okay? So, ganun lang siya kasimple. Pinapalitan lang yung value ng x ng another function. Okay? So, now, tingnan naman natin yung mga examples sa inyong module. Okay? For example, 2 to 5, use the following functions. Okay? So, yung mga functions na ito ay makikita rin sa inyong module. Okay? So, i-discuss lang natin. Okay? Sige. Let's have example number 2. Find g circle of f of x. Okay? So, our g of f of x, of course, our base function is the g of x, which is the square root of x plus 1. Okay? So, anong gagawin natin sa x? Okay? Yung kanyang x ay papalitan natin ng f of x, which is 2x plus 1. So, papalitan natin. Okay? So, we will have the square root of 2x plus 1 quantity plus 1. Okay? So, next, combine like terms. Pwede natin i-combine yung positive 1 at negative 1. Naka-groupings yung 2x plus 1 kasi nga, yung katabi lang naman yan, 1, i-multiply mo sa 1, so ganun pa rin naman. So, we'll just direct to the point na ano natin, i-combine like terms. So 1 plus 1 will give us 2. Of course, copy 2x. So the final answer will have the square root of 2x plus 2. So ganun lang siya ka-simple. Yung x, papalitan lang natin. Okay? Next. Let's have example number 3. Find q circle of f of x. Okay? So our base function is q, which is x squared minus 2x plus 2. So, dalawang x dito. So, lahat ng x papalitan ng ano? Papalitan natin ng f of x. Kasi yun yung hinihingi sa problem. Okay? So, papalitan natin. Of course, yung x squared papalitan ng 2x plus 1 squared. At yung minus 2x magiging minus 2 times 2x plus 1. So, lahat ng x pinalitan lang ng 2x plus 1, which is our f of x. Alright? Sige. So, simplify. So, 2x plus 1 squared. So, ano ibig sabihin nga ng squared? You will multiply the base by itself 2 times. So, magiging 2x plus 1 times 2x plus 1. Okay? So, ito siya. 2x plus 1 times 2x plus 1. Okay? So, we're going to use FOIL method na ginawa natin before. So, 2x times 2x will give us 4x squared. 2x times 1 will give us 2x. 1 times 2x will give us 2x. And 1 times 1 will give us 1. So, combine like terms, no? 2x and 2x will give us 4x. So, copy 4x squared plus 4x plus 1. And that will be the final answer when we do the 2x plus 1 squared. Okay? So, 4x squared plus 4x plus 1. Okay? But, no, may madaling gawin pa dyan, the squaring of binomial, no? Kapag mayroon kayong idea sa squaring of binomial, let's for example, eto, i-square mo lang yung 2x, ibig sabihin ng square, no? 2x times 2x or 2x squared will give us 4x squared. Okay? Square mo yung last term, 1. 1 times 1 will give us 1. So, para manap yung middle term, we'll just simply multiply the first term and the second term. So, halimbawa, 2x times 1 will give us 2x. Times 2 mo lang will give us 4x. So, para hindi ka na mag-foil, kapag binomial yung hinahanap mo, no, yun lang yung gagawin mo. Multiply the first, square the first term, square the last term, and multiply twice the product of the first term and the second term. Yan yung technique, no, sa pag-multiply para hindi na tayo mag-foil-foil. Okay? Sige. Next. Simplify naman natin ito. Okay? So, negative 2 times 2x will give us negative 4x. Negative 2 times 1 will give us negative 2 and copy 2. Okay? So, combine like terms. So, yung 4x squared wala siyang katulad. So, nag-iisa siya. Ano pa yung pwede makombine natin? So, positive 4x and negative 4x is 0. Okay? So, walang matitirang x na variable. And we also have negative 2 plus negative 2 is 0. Plus 1 will give us positive 1. And that will be our final answer. Okay? So, ganun lang siya kadali. Okay, next. Example number 4. Find f circle p of x. Okay? So, f of p of x is, of course, our base function is our f, which is 2x plus 1. At yung kanyang x ay papalitan natin ng p of x, gaya ng hinihingi ni example number 4. So, yung x, papalitan lang natin ng 2x plus 1 over x minus 1. Okay? Klaro? Okay. So, after that, we multiply 2. Okay? 2 to 2x plus 1 over x minus 1. Okay? So, sa papaanong pamamaraan? Distributive property lang. Okay? Or, di ba yung 2 may numerator na 1? No? Just multiply natin. Okay. So, 2 times 2x will give us 4x. 2 times positive 1 will give us positive 2. Copy lang natin yung kanyang numerator, which is x minus 1. Okay? So now how we're going to add 4x plus 2 over x minus 1 plus 1. Diba? So alam natin na yung 1 is may denominator na 1 and therefore yung common denominator nila is x minus 1 and 1. Okay? So kung babalikan niyo yung lesson natin sa subtraction of function, okay? Doon niyo yun malalaman. So ito application lang siya ng ating lesson before. Okay? So of course, copy natin yung x minus 1 as their common denominator. Actually, meron dapat siyang 1 pero no need na kasi nga 1 lang din naman. So multiply natin sa 1, ganun pa rin yung labas. Okay? So x minus 1 divided by x minus 1 is 1 times 4x plus 2, okay, will give us, x minus 1 divided by x minus 1 times 4x plus 2 will give us 4x plus 2. Okay? So again, paano ginawa? Ito yon. X minus 1 divided by x minus 1 is 1 times 4x plus 2, it will give us 4x plus 2. Na-remember nyo yung subtraction natin before? Ganun yun. Okay, yun yung ginagawa natin. Next. 1 divided by x minus 1 is x minus 1, yung natira. Supposedly kasi may 1 yan, di ba? 1 times x minus 1 divided by 1 will give us x minus 1 times 1 will give us positive x minus 1. Okay? Or plus x minus 1. Nakuha nyo ba? Ganun lang yun. So, divide mo siya. 1 divided by x minus 1 will give us x minus 1. Times mo sa 1, of course, we just copy x minus 1. And of course, since addition tayo, we will now proceed to combination of like terms. Ano yung mga like terms dyan? Of course, we have 4x and x will give us 5x. Positive 2 and negative 1 will give us positive 1. And that will be your final answer. Yes! Okay. So, last example na ba tayo? Yes, our example, number 5, find capital F circle P of X. Okay, capital F circle P of X. Okay, so, hindi ko napalitan. It should be capital F, P, capital F of P of 5. Okay, so dapat capital F yan na. Okay, so this time, may value yung X natin. Okay, may value yung X natin. Pero bago natin yan lalagay yung value ng 5, hanapin mo natin yung capital F of P. Okay, again, that is capital F of P. Okay, may typical error lang siguro. Sorry for that. Of course, our base function is capital F of X, which is equal to the floor function of X. Okay, plus 1. Floor function of X plus 1. Of course, yung X, papalitan natin ng P, which is 2x plus 1 over x minus 1. Okay, papalitan natin yung x. Okay, so floor function of 2x plus 1 over x minus 1 plus 1. So, mayroon pa bang pwedeng i-simplify? Wala na. So, therefore, we will now make use of 5. So, we will substitute x, the value of 5. So yung x daw, papalitan ng 5. Ganun lang yan. Okay? So, 2 times 5 plus 1 over 5 minus 1. So, lahat ng x pinalitan ng 5. Again, inuna mo natin yung capital F of P. That's why nag 2x plus 1 over x minus 1. And then, nung nahanap na natin, since wala natin ma-simplify, we will now apply the 5. Okay? So, papalitan na natin yung x ng value of 5. Of course, 2 times 5 will give us 10 plus 1 will give us 11. And 5 minus 1 will give us 4. Okay? So, next. 11 divided by 4 will give us 2.75. Floor function of 2.75 plus 1. Okay? So, the floor function of 2.75, pag sinabi natin 2.75, pag sinabi natin floor function, ano nga, we are going to get the greatest integer, okay, of 2.75. So, sa 2.75, saan dyan yung integer? Is it 2 or 0.75? Of course, that is 2. So therefore, the floor function of 2.75 is 2. So 2 plus 1 will give us 3 and that will be our final answer. Again, yun yung floor function or the greatest integer function natin that we discussed before in our lesson in addition. Alright? Sige. Okay, so if you have question, just comment below. Alright? Sige. And of course, these are our references. And if you want the soft copy of our presentation, just send me or ask me in the Gmail account. Okay, God bless.